how to use LinkedIn to generate high quality leads for your network marketing business. And the information that I'm going to be sharing with you is actually from a training program that I have that I'll be making a special offer for any of you that are interested at the end. Just want to give you a heads up on that. But I promise you, whether you take me up on the offer or not, this training is going to be extremely high value, actionable things that you can do. And I don't care who you are, whether you have no professional background whatsoever, you've never even thought about using LinkedIn. I'm going to share with you some strategies today that any one of you can implement and start creating high quality leads for your business. Start recruiting the type of people, the A players, the leaders that you really want. All right, so here we go. We're going to be talking about LinkedIn prospecting strategies for network marketing. Now, what I'm going to be sharing with you is what I truly believe to be the best kept secret for network marketers that are looking to find high quality leads for their business. I'm talking about the A players, the dream teamers, the leaders, the people that you don't have to handhold when they join your team. They just join, they go to work, they're self-motivated, they're goal driven, and you know what type of people I'm talking about. And this is going to be, I'm sharing with you literally an exact strategy that I personally used in my own network marketing business to recruit 20 completely cold market, had never spoken to them before, 20 high quality professional type people in just 30 days. So let me ask you this. Have you ever struggled with any of these things, finding high quality people to recruit? Have you ever struggled with confidence or belief when approaching or talking to people that are more successful than you? Have you ever struggled with having to handhold or motivate your new recruits to take action? Maybe duplication has been an issue for you. You haven't created a lot of other leaders in your business, or just getting people to pay attention to what you're doing on Facebook. Look, if you've ever struggled with any of these things, I want to be able to relate to you and let you know I have as well. Here's just a brief little synopsis of my journey in network marketing. My first couple of years in business, that was the car that I was driving around. And I like to say now, I sucked at network marketing. I literally was not able to recruit a single person my first year. I had 2 customers, myself and my mom. And I literally had to threaten my mom that I would not come home for Christmas if she didn't sign up for my long distance phone service, right? So I was anything but an overnight success. And I actually wound up quitting the first company that I was involved with after 4 years of just kind of treading water. I was 30 years old. I was dead broke, driving that car around, living on a friend's couch. That's where I started out in my network marketing business. So I'll fast forward to, almost 10 years later. My last couple of years looked a lot different. That was me giving a keynote presentation at the Network Marketing Company's national convention that I was speaking at. At that point in my business, I had personally recruited over 500 people. I built a team of over 100,000 people worldwide, and I was able to go on and become a 7-figure earner in my career. And, a lot of people will say, well, what the heck changed? Like, how did you go from being so bad to so good? And I'll tell you, a lot changed. Pretty much everything changed. But one of the things, and I've since actually gone on to create a training company that serves the network marketing profession called Your Virtual Upline. But, one of the things that really changed the most for me is I learned how to leverage the power of social media for recruiting. And when it comes to social media and recruiting, the thing that people most, they think of first is Facebook, because that's where everybody is and that's what we know. But I'm telling you, my secret weapon was LinkedIn. And I know a lot of you, maybe you've tried it before and maybe it didn't work for you, or maybe you're thinking, I've been on LinkedIn and I just see a lot of network marketers trying to do it on there, but they're doing it wrong. And I would agree with that. But what I want to tell you is that if used correctly, LinkedIn is an absolute gold mine for finding people to recruit into your network marketing business. Let me share some statistics with you. LinkedIn is the world's largest professional network, 414 million people right now. Think of it like this. It's like Facebook for business. LinkedIn is changing a lot. They've actually changed their algorithm recently so that it's more conducive to people that are creating content. They're actually now embracing video. You can upload native LinkedIn video right from the mobile app. A lot of people are predicting that LinkedIn is going to start having live video. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft also owns Skype. So I really think at some point, LinkedIn, you're going to be able to do live video, and it's a game changer. It really you can help you position yourself as an authority in front of this business social network. The core users are educated professionals, 30 to 49 years old, and the fastest growing demographic is college students and recent graduates. So now I know what some of you might be thinking. You know, I've tried LinkedIn before. It didn't work. I don't have a professional background. LinkedIn really isn't for me. I'm already using LinkedIn for my job. How could I use it for my network marketing business and for work? Or, you know, maybe I got to pay, right? Don't I have to have a premium account? Doesn't it cost me money to do prospecting there? And I'll say the answer to all those questions, no, it doesn't cost you money. I'm going to teach you today how to use LinkedIn. Even if you're using it for work, you do not need a second account. And I don't care if you don't even have a professional background. It doesn't matter. The strategies I'm going to teach you will work for any of you. So the first question I want to answer is this. Can you use a free account or do you need a premium account? Everything that you're going to learn in this training can be done with a free account. Doesn't cost you a single dollar. Now, I will acknowledge, though, that there are some advantages to having a premium account. And starting out, what I would recommend for most of you is start with a free account. And then once you start to leverage some of the power of your warm market and you get your feet wet, then maybe you can upgrade to a premium account and start to leverage some of the functionality there. So what are the advantages of a premium account? You get a larger profile picture and a custom image. From a branding standpoint, it's a little bit better. You have what's called an open profile, which basically means that anybody can contact you for free. Now, that's important because sometimes people do put limitations on who can contact with them. This is a really big reason why a premium account is, I think, sometimes better. LinkedIn actually gives you a list. Now, imagine if you had this on Facebook. This would completely change. It would probably almost eliminate Facebook stalking to a degree, but you can actually see the people that look at your profile. Now, on a free account, you get 5 days worth of people looking back, but on a premium account, you can see 90 days of people that are looking at your profile. And I actually teach a strategy, and I have a script for this, where I teach you to message people that looked at your profile, basically acknowledging, hey, I saw that you looked at my profile. It is so effective in getting people to respond for obvious reasons, but that's an advantage of a premium account. And then you also have something called in-mail capabilities, which allow you to message people even that have account restrictions. And then you have some additional search filters. But like I said, starting out, you could probably get away with a free account and really start to produce results. And then if you get really serious and you're like, hey, I want to commit, maybe a premium account would help for you. Now, the business plan is what I recommend for people. The business plan is basically you get a free month. So you can upgrade for free for 30 days, and you can try it out. And then I think it says $47.99. I think the actual amount is like $50 and change a month. But you can get a month for free, and you can try it and see if it works for you. If you already have a LinkedIn account, this is what I recommend. Go through your existing network. See, I actually had a LinkedIn account for like a year, and I literally never even used it. And I had about 500 people in my network. So what I did was I started messaging and working my warm market. So maybe that's what you do. Maybe you start doing that, and then you upgrade based off of, if you think that LinkedIn is something that you want to integrate into your prospecting strategy. Next, I want to talk about setting up your profile. This, to me, is one of the most important parts of effectively using LinkedIn. And I also think it is one of the #1 areas where network marketers go wrong, and they literally kill themselves before they even start. when you're setting up your profile, it's same as Facebook. You want to fill it out as completely as possible. It helps with LinkedIn searches. But here's the big deal. Just like I'm sure John and Nadia have taught you when you set up your Facebook profile, you don't want to be an infomercial for your company. You don't want to have your company images and name plastered everywhere, because what that does is it raises resistance with people. You want to learn on your LinkedIn profile how not to sell your network marketing company. You want to learn how to sell yourself. People don't join companies, they join people. So when you're setting up your profile, be selling yourself and make sure you're creating curiosity. Now, what does that mean? Well, here's what it means. It should not be so obvious what network marketing company you're with. Your network marketing company should not be in your headline of your LinkedIn profile. It should be nowhere in your summary section. You should not be trying to sell your business or your products or making some sort of weak recruiting pitch or piquing interest in the summary of your profile. If you're doing that, you might as well not even have a LinkedIn profile, because I'm going to tell you the first thing that people are going to do. They're going to go to your profile, they're going to look at it, they're going to see network marketing all over it, and they're going to raise the red flag, and you're never going to connect with them. Look, I got a newsflash for most of you. Most people that are out there today, especially successful business professionals, they're not sitting at home saying this: oh man, I really want to find a network marketing company to join. That's really what I want to do with my life. I want to be a network marketer. They're not saying that. A lot of people have this kind of predisposed idea of what network marketing is. Think about yourself. You didn't join your business because you were looking to start a network marketing business. You joined your business because this thing that just so happened to be called network marketing was presented to you as a solution to a problem that you had in your life. And all I'm saying, we are not ashamed of being a network marketer. We're not trying to be secretive or, getting over on people. We're just acknowledging the fact of what is going to work. So sell yourself, lead with what you have to offer people, and it will be much easier for you to connect with them. And let's say that you use your profile for work. It will have no impact on your ability to do this. So I'm not even telling you that you have to mention that you're an entrepreneur on your profile. Maybe, you don't want your boss knowing that you've got this business that you're trying to build. Well, guess what? Here's all you have to do. Look at your profile from the perspective of, am I really highlighting who I am as a person? Am I communicating my values and my beliefs? Am I giving people a chance to get to know me when they come and they read my profile? So if all you do is just a better job selling yourself and highlighting what's important to you, that's fine, because the strategy that I teach and why I think LinkedIn is so important is I teach you to go out and find people that have commonality with you, whether it's a similar profession or job or a networking group that you're a part of, literally anything. And if all of these things are listed on your profile, and I come to your profile and I say, oh, we have a similar background, I'm going to be more likely to connect with you. And the thing that you need to understand on LinkedIn, almost all of your selling and training and pitching and recruiting, it's going to happen through private messages behind the scenes. That's why you don't even need to have your network marketing company listed anywhere on your profile to still be successful. Here's an example of a student of mine, Alice, a good friend of mine, of how she set up her profile. I'm just giving you an example of what it might look like. She's in a health and wellness business. So in her title, she has something simple: health and wellness coach, entrepreneur. Here's what I'll tell you not to do. Do not have like your promotion title, like, regional, like double black diamond regional vice. Like, don't have that stuff like a, Lexus earner. Like, don't have that stuff in your title, because at the end of the day, that doesn't mean anything to anyone. One of the things you might be conscious of is, LinkedIn does have a search functionality. So there are certain keywords that people could search for that maybe are related to your profession, that if it's in your title or in your profile, you might rank higher in terms of the search results, okay? So keep it generic. Don't have anything in that title that might turn someone away. The summary section, this is a big one. Do not use it as a sales pitch for your company. A well-written summary should sell you, not your network marketing company or products. Here's what you're looking to do. I want you to look at your summary section as almost you sharing your testimonial or story with people. And if you were to do that effectively, it would help you do a couple of things. Relate to someone that comes to look at your profile, demonstrate some sort of value, and help you make a connection. Think of it like this. If I come to your profile and I read your summary, what you really want is me to say something like this. Yeah, me too. I feel that same way. You know, I was caught in a dead-end job, and, you know, like some of the stuff that I had in mind was I was climbing the corporate ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong building. I knew that I needed to find something different, take more control, right? And I embraced entrepreneurship, right? So I know when someone comes to read my profile, not everybody's going to say, oh yeah, that's me. But if they don't, they're not a prospect. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sort people. If I know, and I can't tell you how many times I had someone, and I teach this to my students, where they're like, yeah, so-and-so said they read my summary and it made them want to talk to me because they did a good enough job communicating this stuff to people. And write that summary the way that you would share your story. Here's an example here of Alice's summary that I helped her write. She starts out talking about her career as a dental hygienist, but a physical toll of working long hours had her dealing with issues. Her kids left for college. She found herself dealing with other issues and really went looking for a solution, and was turned into nutrition, and it became a passion of hers. And she had a transformation, and now her mission, her purpose is to help other women in these areas of health and nutrition and having purpose in their life. Now, notice what is missing here. There's no mention of a company, right? There's no mention of specific products. It's just her sharing her story the same way she would if she was face-to-face with a prospect. And that's what a well-written summary section does. Now, notice she has a call to action at the end there. If you're a tired 40-something mom who wants to reclaim your zest for life and improve your health, connect with me, right? Send me a message. Or she has a website. Most of you probably don't have like generic branded websites, which is fine. You could just say, hey, I'm here looking to connect with other people like myself. And this is telling you, this right here is gold if you can implement something like this into your particular LinkedIn profile. If you use LinkedIn for work, here's, once again, just think about how can I sell myself better. Don't just have your summary be a sales pitch for your job. Talk about, do you have any specific accomplishments that you've had? Are you a member of any other organizations I might want to know of? Tell me what's important to you. What are your values and beliefs? This is all really good stuff, because I'll tell you what, the easiest way to make a real connection with a prospect is when your values and beliefs align with theirs. And the only way that prospect is going to know what your values and beliefs are if you tell them what they are. So that's what the summary section is for. Here's one of my secrets that barely anyone ever does on LinkedIn that will easily double or triple the amount of people that you open the door to connecting with. Here's what it is. Video. What you need to do is this. You need to upload 2 to 3 videos onto your LinkedIn profile. I'm going to show you how to do it in a second. Now, these videos, they could literally be Facebook Lives that you did. They should be generic videos where you're educating, entertaining, or empowering. I mean, look, I'm not going to give you a video training because I know you got the best in the business, John and Nadia, that have already taught you how to do videos. But select your favorite videos that you feel really represent who you are and what's important to you. Put them on your profile, because here's what's going to happen. I want you to think of this. Imagine if I send you a random connection request. And you're like, okay, we got some common connections. Let me go check this dude out. You go to my profile. You read my summary, you're like, that's kind of interesting. And then you say, ooh, video, let me click on that. And you literally watch a 3, 4, 5-minute video. Imagine how much more likely you're going to be to connect with me. You now have a sense of who I am. I'm building a little bit of a relationship and rapport with you through my video. Now, LinkedIn makes this even easier now. See, here's how you used to have to do it. Inside of the dashboard of LinkedIn, you just click on write an article. You then go and it takes you to this screen. And all you do is you can upload some sort of a header image that you could create in like Canva very easily. And then you click on video and then you upload the video and give it a title. And that's literally what it looks like. And then that will be as a post on your profile. Now, here's where this is even easier now. LinkedIn now, if you have the LinkedIn app, you can actually upload a video right from the mobile app, right from your phone. It doesn't get any simpler, but put some videos on your profile. Now, a lot of people say, do I need to be posting every day on LinkedIn? I don't think you do. I think if all you do is just have 2 or 3 videos on your profile, that's enough. Because most of the thing, what's going to make LinkedIn really effective for you is actively prospecting, reaching out and connecting with people. So you don't have to be content marketing all the time in order to make LinkedIn work. So I'm going to now share with you what I call my endless prospects strategy. This is the exact thing that I did, that I used to connect or to recruit 20 people in 30 days. And I'm telling you, it is called the endless prospect strategy for a reason, because once you understand what I'm about to share with you, you literally will never run out of people to talk to about your business. You could, you could open up your business in Australia and you could use this strategy in Australia. You could get a new team member in Atlanta that you want to help, and you could start recruiting people in Atlanta using this strategy with specific search criteria that you can funnel through your local leader. It is like mind-blowing, the possibilities of this. Now, first, I want you to understand the way that LinkedIn works. People are called connections. And there are 4 types of connections. First degree connections are like your Facebook friends, people that you're connected to directly. Second degree are like friends of friends. These are people who are connected to your first degree contacts, but they're not connected with you. Second degree connections are where the endless prospect strategy works. That is the key area. Third degree are people that are not connected to you in any, are not connected to your first degree, but they're like 2 removed, and then out of network, you have no connection to them. Now, why is it important to understand this? Because one of the mistakes that people make when they first start using LinkedIn is they get really excited and they go crazy connecting with people. And here's what I see happen a lot. They start sending connection requests to third degree connections. And what happens pretty quickly is, see, LinkedIn's a little different. Like if you send a connection request to somebody that you have no common connections, the likelihood of them accepting is not going to be high. And if you get enough people that deny your connection request and they say because they do not know you, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get put in LinkedIn jail. Now, LinkedIn jail is actually not that bad. It's just a temporary account restriction. And LinkedIn's really good if you email them and just play dumb. They'll lift it right away and they'll say, hey, just make sure you don't do that anymore. But if you're connecting with second degree connections, it's going to make this work much better, because I'm going to be much more likely to accept your request if I see that we have 3, 4, 5, 10 different connections. Now, here's the secret here. A lot of times what happens is, if you're prospecting in one specific profession or industry, you'll build up common connections really fast, because a lot of people, people are on LinkedIn looking for that next opportunity, or they're looking to grow their professional network. So it's really easy to gather a bunch of these second degree connections with people. But that's where the secret lies. So here's how the strategy works, is you can actually do searches on LinkedIn based on pretty much any criteria you can think of. You can search by company name. So maybe it's a company that you used to work with at some point in your career, but it's all based on you having commonality. See, if I reach out to John and I say, hey, John, great connecting with you. Hey, I see that we both used to work for ABC company. It's just giving me an opportunity to get my foot in the door and have some sort of a rapport that I've built with him. So you can do company name. Now, here's a tip. You could use like a company that you used to work for, maybe a certain, like I used to work in the medical laboratory sales business. It was kind of a specific niche industry. So what I used to do is I used to search the company that I worked for, but then I would also search all of my competitor companies, because I knew even if I connected with somebody from Millennium Labs and I worked for Ameritox, I could say, hey, I used to work for Ameritox, but we still lived in the same world. So I was just able to expand my potential base of contacts so much greater by doing that. Same thing with job title, background or profession, geographic location. So think about this. What if you, like every single time my company used to do a national conference, I would start prospecting on LinkedIn 60 days before the conference in that area using these search criteria. And I never, ever went to an event without having personal guests that I generated through LinkedIn. You could use interest or affiliations or memberships. You might have a local leader, like somebody that, a new market that is opening up, and you've got like a really sharp person that works there and you really want them to be successful. Well, you could start prospecting in that area, recruit other people on your team, and then now have a reason to go to that market and work with not just them, but 3, 4, 5 other leaders, right? All frontline to you that you can get down there and roll up your sleeves and get into that market. Other thing you could do is interest and affiliations, Toastmasters, BNI, like literally anything you've ever been a part of. Here's another tip. This is gold right here. You can search for Uber or Lyft. Guys, anybody that works for Uber or Lyft is super entrepreneurial. So even if you have like no professional background whatsoever, you could either use like Uber or Lyft, or here's the other thing. Let's say that you knew you had one person in your company that was a pharmaceutical sales rep that was successful. I would connect with pharmaceutical sales reps and I would say, hey, I've got a business partner that has the same background as you. I wanted to connect. Maybe you know someone, right? So you see, it literally doesn't matter what you've done. Now, I will acknowledge this, though. Some professions and some industries are more active on LinkedIn than others. So like if I was a teacher or a nurse, I'm probably not going to target nurses on LinkedIn because I don't know how active nurses are on LinkedIn. So you might need to do it might be some trial and error for you to find the right mix and the right thing, but that's where the fun starts, is you can go through all these different things. So when you do these searches, which I'll show you how to do in a second, where you're looking for people that are second degree connections. So I'm sending you a connection request, and when you get it, you're saying, okay, we have common friends here or common connections, so you're more likely to accept. But here's the secret. The more of these types of connections you get, it snowballs, and you wind up like, I might add you, and because I'm now friends with you, I have 40 other people that I have second degree connections with. So every time I run that search, more and more people show up in the search results. And then if you have those common connections, they're more likely to accept. And then, like I said, if you're targeting specific backgrounds, areas, professions, a lot of these people are connected, you're going to build these common connections up very quickly. Here's how you do it. So when you log into LinkedIn, you're going to go to the very top, the search bar, and you're going to enter your search criteria. So I always used to do medical sales because that was my background. So you put in the search, and then you click on people with the title of your search. So like whatever that is, if you're saying ABC company, you're clicking on people, and then it'll bring up this screen, your search results. And this is exactly how it looks. Now you got to, what LinkedIn is going to do. So look what I just found, 25,000 people that fit those search results. Now, the first thing LinkedIn is going to do is it's going to show me people that are first level connections. So these are people that are already in my network. Start with those people because you theoretically know them already some way. So it should be easier for you to send a message to them. But what we want to do is we want to, right to the right, we want to click on that little box that says second level. And then once we do that, it will sort only second level connections. And this is where the gold is. We still got 1,800 people there. So it shows me how many shared connections I have with them. And all I have to do is literally just hit the button connect right there. And what happens is it'll send them a connection request. You can also sort by geographical location. So if you're working in a certain market, you can search there, and you can also add additional keyword searches. So, there's a lot of different things that you can do here. Now, here's the key though. A lot of people say, well, every single time I connect, LinkedIn's going to give you the option. Do you want to send a custom, write a request? I never did that. Number one, because it just takes way too long, okay? I used to just send the connection request, and then what happens is when somebody accepts that request, you can go into your LinkedIn into your account, and you can search for recent connections, and all of those people will just show up there. So then I would go and I would just message those people. Now, my word of advice to you is this. If you have someone that you have a legitimate connection, like a strong connection, send them a customized message. Like, hey, we both used to work for so-and-so company. We know this person. Like, if it's a real legitimate commonality, send the message. But here's the thing. If you really want to leverage LinkedIn the right way, you got to go through a lot of numbers. And I'm just going to be real. Most people do not have the time to customize every message that they send. Let me just set some expectations for you. The month that I recruited 20 people, I literally added 3,000 connections on LinkedIn. I was doing LinkedIn all day, every day for 30 days. Now, not everybody has the ability to do that, right? You can only do what you have the time to do. But even if you just set aside 15, 30 minutes a day and you connected, you're going to be more efficient. And I had no problem connecting with people without sending common messages. But it can be helpful if you do have strong commonality, which I just said there. Send the request, and when they accept the message, you can get it. Here's how you find them. So when you're in your account, if you go to My Network, if you click on that, it's going to bring up this list right here. And if you notice here, you can sort by, it has in the top there, right under the number of connections, recently added. So it's literally showing you in order the people that have accepted your requests, and then you can just message them right there from the dashboard. Now, I already told you, start with messaging people that are first-degree connections if you have some before you dive into the endless prospect strategy, because you do want to leverage your existing network if possible. Now, let's talk about messaging the prospect. Here are some guidelines. This is important. Start a conversation with them, okay? But you do have to be a little bit more professional than just, hey, how are you, right? Like that, like Facebook is much more relaxed in that sense. On LinkedIn, when I say start a conversation, make sure that you're referencing the connection you have with them, right? You want to create curiosity, don't raise resistance. So you're not saying, you're not making your offer in the first message, but maybe it's sounding something like this. Hey, Nancy, great to connect with you here on LinkedIn. Hey, I see we have a common background working for ABC company. How long were you there? Or, hey, do you know so-and-so? And that's it, and I'm done. And all I'm trying to do is see if they're willing to dance with me. Are they willing to message me back? Look, if they don't respond to that message, there's nothing else you're going to send. Anything more than that just makes it even less likely. But if Nancy responds back and says, hey, so-and-so and so-and-so, now I can move into more of kind of the offer. Because on LinkedIn, it's okay for you to kind of transition into the reason you're reaching out. You want to do it sooner because you can be a little bit more direct in your conversation because it is more of a business-oriented platform. Always reference that commonality. Keep that initial message brief and to the point. And then here's what I do. So let me talk about what my follow-up message would be. So my follow-up message always would be something like this. Hey, Nancy, listen, one of the reasons why I wanted to connect with you is I'm an entrepreneur and I'm looking to expand my business in your area. I love working with sharp, successful people like yourself. Do you or anyone you know are perhaps not happy in your current job or career, looking for a change? Something like that. There's a number of different ways you can go. But notice I'm not going into talking about my company. I'm really just looking to find out, are you open? Do you keep your business options open? Do you look at other ways of making money for yourself outside of what you currently do, right? Or I'm looking to network in this local area. I'm going through people that are influencers. I see you have a huge network. I'd love to maybe share what I'm doing and see if anyone comes to mind. There's literally so many different ways that you can go. Some of you, I can almost guarantee you, are starting to feel very uncomfortable hearing me talk the way that I'm talking because you've never talked that way before. I want you to understand that if you're going to play the game on LinkedIn, you need to learn how to elevate your language. Listen, language is the currency of your business on LinkedIn. You've got to start talking at a different level, and you got to start positioning what you're doing. Listen, let me give you a piece of advice. You want to recruit successful people on LinkedIn, what you do is not a side biz. It's not a side gig. It is a legitimate opportunity for someone to create potentially life-changing passive residual income. It is an opportunity for you to build an organization that you could potentially override thousands of customers, right? You have to learn how to elevate your language. I am working with some extremely successful people expanding a $500 million company into this marketplace. And we are looking for people that have public speaking or sales training background to help us build, train, and develop sales organizations on a local, regional, and national level. Boom, mic drop. That's what LinkedIn is all about. You got to really wow people with your presentation. Now think about it. That's really what you want, isn't it? You're not looking for people that just want to go sell some products. You're looking for players. You're looking for leaders. You're looking for people that are going to come into your team, not with the mentality of let me see if this works, but let me freaking crush this thing. I'm going to go out and I'm going to take over. I want to recruit people that say this to me. I want your spot in front of the room. I want to be the people teaching and training and giving the presentation. Those are the types of people that you're going to find on LinkedIn, but you got to learn how to elevate your language. You got to learn how to position what you're doing differently, and you got to be willing to be a little uncomfortable because it's not easy when you're doing this and you haven't done it before. And then here's the final step here. You got to get them on the phone. And this is probably the scariest part for people. It's transitioning someone that you literally just connected with, you've never met before, that is very successful, and then saying, hey, why don't we set up a call to find out if there may be a fit? But you have to get them off the phone. And I'm telling you, in the beginning, it's very difficult and it's scary, but it is incredibly effective to do that. And I got to the point in my business where I literally was having 2 to 3 phone calls a day with A-player professional type people. And listen, most of them never joined, but some of them did. And I'm going to tell you this, the first time you do this, and I had a couple of students of mine message me today, say, hey, I recruited my first person. I was so scared in the beginning. I didn't think I could do it. And you know what? I just got on the phone. I followed your scripts. I did what you said and it worked. And I was blown away. I remember the first time I recruited someone on LinkedIn, I literally felt like I just discovered fire for the first time. Because I remember thinking, oh my God, like if I did this once, how many times could I do it if I just keep going forward? And that's why I'm so passionate about LinkedIn. That's why I'm so excited for some of you to implement some of these strategies here.